My name is Miki Wright, for anyone who may not know. I'm a salon business coach, and I have beautysuperstars.com as well as the online training center, and I've started Beauty Superstars Talk. So I want to welcome you guys tonight. And in light of everything that's been going on in the country, it's like I've just been convicted, I guess you could say, to really honor and celebrate many of the amazing Black artists that are in the beauty industry, who have amazing stories. And there's so many. My list is growing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need like years to be able to interview everybody I want to talk to. But I want to create a safe space for people to really be able to tell their own stories. And I love finding out, like what happened behind the scenes kind of thing, and how did how did you get to your success. So I want to be able to share that with everyone that's here. And also, I think our stories can be inspiring, because I've been inspired by stories that I had no idea, like, wow,
Yes, absolutely.
Many of us experiencing racism in different, situations. We've still excelled. And it's like, I think it's such, so powerful and inspiring, also healing, because a lot of us have not shared parts of our story, and it makes a huge difference, I think, for, ourselves as the person sharing and the people listening as well. And like I said, I want to be here to, kind of provide that safe place. And also it's for history. It's like we have a record of, what actually is going on, or what actually has gone on. And so I've actually decided that this coming month, July, is going to be hair color month. So everyone that I meet with is going to be connected to hair color. So thank you for that. You're actually kicking it off in June, the last day of June. We start hair color month as of right now. And so I want to introduce Jessica to you. It's like I'm super excited that she's here. I don't know if you've been able to see, what she's done, if you're following her on Instagram. And thank you. I'm seeing your comments come through. I'm going to try to stay as focused as I can. We definitely save some time for questions. So definitely feel free to, put your comments up, put everything in the chat room, so that we can, kind of go back through if we miss anything that's coming through, because we do want to, I like to have conversations and just, keep it so that it's fun and interesting. So I do want to share a little bit about Jessica with you. And I'll share part of her bio and kind of ad lib a little bit along the way. But Jessica Kidd, she, her journey started in the hair industry at the young age of 19. As a child, Jessica was always intrigued by the women in her life who were seamstresses and beauticians, where she believes her passion for beauty and fashion developed. Upon high school graduation, Jessica completed all requirements and was an eligible candidate for cosmetology, for a cosmetology license. So congratulations on that. I think it's awesome. You know what you want to do, and you're able to get that under your belt early.
Yeah.
And she received her cosmetology license a year later in 2004. She graduated from Morgan State University with a degree in public relations in 2009. So, and PR to explore the fields of beauty and fashion to its fullest potential, while applying key public relations principles and practices. She was in Atlanta for 3 years, returned back to her home in Baltimore in 2011, and really sounds like hit the ground running from there. She's relaunched her brand, which is House of Bombshell, if I can get my mouth working. And she's also a trichologist and certified in hair loss in 2016. It's like definitely another growing area in our business. And she also has created her own line of hair elixirs and in-salon herbal treatments to help clients who are suffering from dry, damaged, or thinning hair. Her natural products are retailed at her House of Bombshell salon, as well as a complete line of hair care. And she's the founder of, in case you hadn't heard over the last week or so, Black Colorist Matter. And I discovered her through her post. I think she's done just a fabulous job, just, coming up with the concept from the beginning, and then the way that she's curated it and has, you know, the talent and the looks and what have you that she showcases, I think is just really amazing. So I'm really honored that she's here to join me this evening, and we're gonna jump right in. So
Okay.
how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you again for the opportunity. I'm so excited to be here and just to talk to you and just discuss everything, my journey, Black Colorist Matter. So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, awesome. And I know everybody wants to hear, you know, all of your stories. So start, you know, let's kind of work us backwards almost. You know, how did you come up with the concept for Black Colorist Matter?
So I believe over the last 5 years, I had gotten more into hair coloring, trying to perfect how to color hair, but textured hair, because it's a science behind that
Right.
in itself. So over the last 5 years, I've been trying to perfect that, and doing that, I realized when I would go to pages for inspiration and to see representation of other Black colorists and their artistry and their work, there wasn't any.
Mm.
So I would reach out to brands and platforms. I would DM them my work. And of course, everybody thinks their work is, you know, so grand, but I'm like, no, I know this is good. And this took
Right.
me about 6 to 8 hours.
Right, right.
And you know, no response, or you know, I would tag them, I would at them, I would hashtag them, the products that we were using, and it would just be no recognition, no reposting, you know, no celebrating Black artists and their artistry.
Mhm.
And one day last year, I just said to myself, stop begging, you know, these platforms to include you. You know, they don't want to, it was no diversity. So if they don't want to show any diversity among their pages and their platforms, and they don't want to include Black artists and their artistry, make your own platform. So that's what I did. And I don't know if it's just, you know, I'm that kind of girl, like. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, what can I call it? What can I call it? I'm like, you know what, Black Colorists Matter. You know, Black Lives Matter. Yes, absolutely. I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but Black Colorists matter too, especially in this industry. So I created the page and I started posting Black colorists and their work and DMing them, asking them to join the movement. And it was received so well. They, you know, started following. But I would say within the last 3 or 4 weeks, that's when it has really like taken off, because, you know, George Floyd, you know, God rest his soul. What happened to him, it spilled over into the beauty industry. So I feel like, you know, we all were starting to get fed up with, you know, why are we continuing to beg these platforms to include us, to show more diversity, to celebrate our artistry? No, we want to support a place that is for us and that was made by us. So ever since then, it just took off, and I'm so excited. Like you, I'm meeting so many different colorists, you know, who are absolutely amazing, that I have never even heard of ever, but their art is so amazing. And you know, colorists who I look up to in this industry that I probably would have never met anytime soon. You know, now it's they're DMing me, thank you for this platform, I love this, whatever I can do to help this grow, you know, even more, to get the word out, to share this platform, just let me know. And even product lines, you know, who, and other platforms, they have reached out to the Black Colorist Matter page, you know, congratulating us and telling us that they think that our page is wonderful, and thank you, you know, for it. What can we do to be better? What advice do you have? So yeah, that's where it began.
Yeah, well, there's so much in what you just shared, and one of the things, I guess, kind of going back, one of the things that transpired, I guess, over the I guess since George Floyd's murder, was the Black Tuesday, and I know that was kind of a big, that was almost seemed like the tipping point in the beauty industry.
Yes.
There were so many platforms and so many manufacturers that, you know, put up their black screen for the day and said, you know, it's like, we're with you, we're, you know, we're supporting you, and all of this. And I think there was kind of this collective, and I know a few people who were super vocal about it were like, since when, where, how, you know. This has not been at all. It's like today, and you know, it's trending, it's a hashtag, it's a something, you know, to kind of get on board with. And there was one post in particular that was like, you know, we see you, we hear you, and it was just like, how do you not see us, you know? Because I know, just like you described, that there are so many artists who have been hashtagging them, who have been them, who have, you know, doing whatever they felt was the next step to get some exposure.
Yes.
That you know, and they've been completely not seen. And then all of a sudden it's like you're writing, you know, we see you. It's like, no, you don't, you know.
No.
Yeah. And so I'm so proud of you, you know, just, and I think that's one of the things, one of the question marks that becomes part of the debate of, you know, there, you know, I don't know if it's even one camp against another camp kind of thing within the Black industry. You know, it's like there is an opening to have some conversations, and I think that they're much needed, long overdue conversations that do need to be had with our industry, because it is the most segregated industry, you know, I guess in the country, if not the world. And so it's time to have some of these conversations. And since there's a crack in the door, I won't say even the door is open, but a crack in the door in time. And there are people who kind of disagree with, you know, it's like, why should we go to the table? Why should we, you know, continue to beg for a spot? Why shouldn't we start our own? And I think both, I mean, I don't think that we need to beg for anything, but I think that there are opportunities that are there that we can be part of. And if that's your dream, that's great. You know, it's like, and I think, I can't speak for you, but it's like, if you had been able to be featured on some of the other platforms, you know, what are your thoughts as far as like where you'd be now?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so funny because right after the Black Tuesday, one of the larger platforms, they reposted one of my color photos, and I'm like, I unfollowed y'all because y'all never posted anybody Black.
Yeah.
Your page had no diversity whatsoever. And then you scroll so far back in my timeline to find this particular photograph, and you reposted it, and I'm just like, thank you. And while that's great, but I really needed you all of these posts ago, you know, for the exposure. And I agree, you know, what you were saying. While we shouldn't beg for anything, you know, it's always great to be included in these platforms because they have such a large following. And where we are today in this world, the exposure is everything, because that leads to getting jobs with bigger brands. That leads to becoming a part of their artistic team. You know, a couple brands that I have reached out to, they want to know how many followers you have on Instagram first, you know? So it's like the colorists, Caucasian colorists that are often reposted, that is how they build their following, and that is how they get that exposure. Other brands are following those pages, so they're seeing their work all the time. Black colorists, because we're not included as often, we do not get that same opportunity.
Right.
So we have to work just as hard. We have to practically beg for these for a spot on this page so we can broaden our network and gain more exposure, but we just don't get it. Mm-hmm. And you know, that again, that is a big part of Black Colorists Matter, you know, just giving people Black colorists the exposure that they need, and I'm hoping that it will continue to grow into thousands and thousands of followers, and more brands will start following, so they can see these colorists on these pages and start reaching out to them to get more diversity within their artistic teams, and you know, maybe in their, you know, in an executive level. So
right.
Yeah,
I've been working on this blog post for a few weeks. I haven't really sat down to finish it, but I was, you know, before I think I even came across you, it's like I was just looking at, you know, Black stylists matter, you know, not only colorists, but it's like we don't see ourselves. And I'm a little older than you, but it's like I was about first grade, I think, when first or second grade, when Beverly Johnson was on the cover of Glamour magazine, and I would go to the library at school, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like she's gorgeous, you know. It's like it was wonderful seeing someone that looked like me, and I was like, that was in the early 70s, to date myself, but and you know, by I think 74 she was on the cover of Vogue. I was like, how is fashion so far ahead? And I'm sure that there are a lot of, you know, diversity issues within the fashion world, but in fashion magazines we see more diversity than we do in the industry, and that was like 50 years ago.
Yes.
Why so far behind? You know, why are we so non-inclusive? And I think the world has gotten much more diverse. And, you know, as time has gone on, it's like there's more, you know, mixing of races and all of that kind of stuff, where there's so many different types of textures that aren't being included like at all. Yeah, and so I definitely appreciate your starting the platform. And we wanted to talk a little bit about, and you started to mention it, like what it takes to color textured hair, because it's not only the knowledge of hair color that you really need to be proficient in, and the knowledge of texture that you need to be proficient in, but kind of blending those two. So what's your experience or take from your own experience and other artists you've spoken with?
So I would say, as an artist, typically when a Black client comes into the salon, we are starting at a natural level 2, maybe sometimes 3. So it takes more time and more skill to know how to push past all of those stages to get this client to their desired level. Usually when a Caucasian client comes into the salon, they're already at a level 7, maybe 6, you know, naturally. So it doesn't take as much time to get them to that blonde that they want. I would say when it comes to like corrective coloring, then that's when, you know, it requires more technique and skill and knowledge. But most of the time they're coming in at a level 6, 7 already. Black stylists, no, we're starting at the bottom of, we're starting at a level two.
Right.
And then on top of that, texture, our hair is coarser. So it's more coarse. So that means you have to saturate more, which a lot of stylists don't know that. And, they get frustrated because it's like, well, this didn't turn out right, or it's blotchy, or blah, blah, blah. And it's just all boils down to saturation, especially with textured hair, because it has to penetrate through that hair shaft. So to give you the proper lift. So with Caucasian hair, most of the time it's not as coarse. So it does not require as much time. So I feel like Black colorists, for us to have to work twice as hard to get this client to this level 9 blonde, we just get no recognition
Right.
for doing that, when it takes so much more time and so much more technique, so much more skill, and so much more knowledge, because you have to know, okay, if I use it's being a salon owner,
Mm-hmm.
some stylists will come in and they say, oh, I go in with straight 30 and lightener, and I'm like, wait, what? No. And they're like, well, that's the only way that it will lift fast. I'm like, no, that's not. You can still use 20 volume. You can even use 10 volume, and you can start lifting low and slow. But that goes into like proper education and learning the proper way to do things, so that you will be on the same skill level as Caucasian stylists and colorists. But it's just a Black client coming into the salon. It just takes more time and more skill and more knowledge. And I think the frustration I'm hearing from a lot of my peers, a lot of the frustration is because of that, to do all of that, to be proud of it, and it comes out great, and to post it, tag the people, and still not get any recognition, for this work. When you work twice as hard as the person that they post repeatedly, it becomes so frustrating.
Right. Yeah, and on top of that, keeping the hair healthy, so it's
And
still
keeping it healthy, yes.
intact and
Mm-hmm.
on their head.
Yeah. and like you said, it's also a science to it. So it's like we're back there doing all this work, being a chemist, being a math, doing math, and
Exactly.
it's just like, okay, you're not gonna remove my stuff. You're not gonna give me no props, huh? You're not
Right.
gonna double tap it. Anything. What? So yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that I hear almost as an undertone maybe is the not only the frustration, but there's, I think, a certain level of pain, if you
Mm-hmm.
will, a certain level of almost like feeling disrespected, that
Mm-hmm.
somehow
Yes.
you're not as valuable.
Yes. Yes, definitely not seen as valuable. And I think we're used to it in the salon. We're used to being looked over by the Caucasian client in the salon, thinking we can't color their hair, or thinking we can't style their hair because we are not Caucasian, when all along that's the hair that we learn on in school. But we're used to the segregation within the salon, and it really starts from school, so we're used to that. You're Black, do Black hair, or a Black client is coming in, I need you to do this press, when in school they should be teaching us all how to do all hair, and how and in doing that, we would become more comfortable, you know, everyone all the way around. But I think we were used to that in the salon, but then to come to social media and still see that still segregation is just like, you know, when is it going to stop? When is it going to end?
Right, right. Yeah, I think there's definitely a long way to go. And I think you touched on the schools, I think can be such a catalyst for not only teaching, you know, across the board, but really being able to help people have conversations while they're in school with people that they may not really have conversations with otherwise.
Yeah.
And that is how I think we began to you know, come together a little bit more and feel a little bit more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I've shared, like I've worked in, I can do, you know, all kinds of hair, any kind of hair. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I've worked in salons that are all black, and I've worked in, you know, white salons that are mixed. And I've, you know, most recently before I stopped, had a very mixed clientele. It's like probably about half and half, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know, I saw some things that happened in the salon, you know, recently, within the last year, within the last, you know, 12 to 18 months, where, you know, there's another black stylist who, you know, has someone in her chair, happen to be a black person, but she does all kinds of hair as well, has another person scheduled. There's two Caucasian stylists that are there, like in the break room,
Mm-hmm.
with no one. A black client walks in and they're like, oh, asking the black stylist, it's like, oh, would you be able to do her? It's like, when? You know, it's like, I already have clients, ask the other stylist. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, like as they're coming up from the break room, it's already like, oh, I can't do her hair. You haven't even
Mm-hmm.
looked at her hair. You only saw
Mm-hmm.
her in. And this
Yes.
black woman, you don't know anything about the texture of her hair. It may be fine and soft as yours,
Yes.
or the last client that you did, it might have had curly hair. You know what I mean? It's like there's all this, you know, these things that still go on today.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think the schools, I think you hit it on the head as far as the schools being able to make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned kind of getting started with color about 5 years ago. What was it that, you know, attracted you to lean in that direction?
I love the transformation. I love that someone can come in and, you know, with this dull, boring hair. And I love that, you know, even a haircut and hair color just can transform that client and take their hair and them to like another level. So I love the transformation aspect of it, and I like the challenge. I kind of like when, you know, I start lifting some hair and I run into some previous color and I'm like, ooh, you lied. But guess what? I'm ready for you. I'm ready. Come on. Let's get it. So I love the challenge. And I was like, I want to perfect this. This is what I want to be good at. And I want to be able to teach other people. When I do open a salon, I want to be able to teach them how to achieve certain colors when they have a client. I don't want them to be afraid and have to run from a color client. I want them to be confident. And if it's something that I can teach them, I want to be able to provide the resources so that they can get the education and the knowledge that they need to be successful in this hair coloring world. So I started to do that, and I just kept pushing. I kept taking event coloring classes. I looked at webinars. I, you know, would talk to other colorists in my network here in Baltimore, Maryland, and I was just soak it all up. I would ask my clients, can you be my model? I want to try this new color on you. Who doesn't want a free color job? So,
Right.
so they were open and they would let me try new coloring techniques and new color lines on them. So that was fun. And then I would say about a year ago, so probably a year and a half after I opened House of Bombshell, I was contacted by a rep from Wella, and she loved our work. She loved our professionalism across our social media, and she just pitched Wella to us, and I was like, okay, let's see. Let's see what you got. And we just fell in love with Wella. Like, we fell in love with the color line, the knowledge that they offer to us, and the classes that they come to our salon and they teach us how to achieve different techniques, and they broke it down to the basics. Like, they went back to square one,
Right.
like the color wheel. And, you know, as hairstylists, we tend to like forget certain things, but they're so important, you know. So it's important. The color wheel is something that you need to know, and you need to know when you're at this level, what do you use to cancel out this, that undertone, and, you know, just tone and everything, you know. So it's been great. So over the last two years, I believe we have really been kicking it up a lot on the hair color and tip at House of Bombshell.
Awesome. Yeah. Wella, my sister actually worked for Wella for a time, and she still loves, you know, a lot of the products and that type of thing. And so it's like they definitely provide some great education.
Yes.
And you're definitely giving us a good segue to have our special guest, to join us this evening. But I want, you know, it's like, as we bring her on, for you guys to talk about kind of what your business was like prior to, you know, forming that partnership, and you know, what it looks like now. You said it's been about a year, 2 years. So
yes,
love to hear more about that. So let's go ahead and bring on Ms. Ramona.
oh, awesome.
Yes, it's like regional brand director for Wella in the, I think it's Northeast. I'm not sure, or it might be Middle East. And let's see if I can figure this all out. How to bring her on. Okay, there we go. And let's see if I can take her back to. Okay, and I'm seeing lots of comments, so thank you guys so much. It's like, we'll go back through and kind of make sure we hit everything. And now I don't know how to turn Ramona back into a panelist. So let's see if that will do it. Nope. We might have to have her log back in. Ramona, if you can hear me, if you can just go out and click your link again, and let's see if we can get you up on the screen. That might be the easiest way to do it. Okay, and I see your message from earlier. So hopefully we'll have her here in just a few seconds, but she, it sounds like, has been like an integral part of the success of House of Bombshell. And
yes,
I think, you know, it's like, I've been in the industry for quite a while, and definitely the people make a difference as far as the partnership and what they can lend and bring as far as just knowledge. Knowledge of the product, knowledge of, like you say, helping the rest of your team to get trained.
yes,
And, I think we don't value that sometimes, that we are going to the, you know, the beauty supply, you know, on an as needed basis. It's like, that's what I see a lot of us doing. Is like, instead of making an investment and getting a color bar set up, even if it's a small color bar, and expand from there, makes life so much easier. So it's like, your client comes in, you have the consultation, it's like you can go back and get the colors that you need to be able to perform the service without, oh my gosh, it's like, how much? I'm all in. And we've got to, I think, if anything, this pandemic has shone a bright light on the fact that we need to run our businesses better
Yes.
and really go back to a lot of basics. And so
Yes.
I'm very excited to have Ramona on.
Yeah, she's here. I see her waving.
You see her waving, okay?
Yes.
I can get her up here. Uh-oh. Okay. I can't get her on the screen.
Do I need to do something? No.
Let's see here.
When you click on her name, do you see where it says promote to panelists?
Let's see. No, and I should. Do you see that? You're actually the host now.
Okay, maybe I have to do it then.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Yep, there it is.
Okay, so I think she's.
You have to, you gotta start my video.
Okay.
Somebody's gonna give me permission. Jess, you look so pretty.
Thank you. I
You look
can't wait
so
to see your
pretty.
hair color.
It's the same.
So, okay, so now, okay. I think I did it. I think I did it.
Get your pretty face on here.
Oh, hi, Auntie Ramona. Hi, babies. I love you.
Yay, we're here.
There she is. Hi, Ramona. Somehow on my
Pay
end.
it forward. I love it.
Say something, Ramona.
She muted herself. She got excited.
Yeah, I'm
there
sorry,
you
I got
go.
it.
I
Yeah,
see you.
It says pay it forward.
All
Pay
right.
it forward.
I love it.
Because that's what you do. So I've been listening to your conversation, and one of the reasons why I seek out people like Jessica. The name is just bomb, right? Jess Kid, like, it don't get no better than that. But her work, listen, there's a lot of stylists in the game who don't even have the presence online that you do. Mm-hmm. And that's something you should be really proud of. And I told you that, and I got goosebumps. Look, I got goosebumps. But the truth is, when I saw it, I was like, what are they using? And who's supporting them? And who's supporting them, right? Because the truth of it, I know that, manufacturers don't go into our areas. They don't seek out Black stylists. Mm-hmm. But I told you when I met you, it's my mission.
Yes, you did.
To bring Black stylists aboard. Why? Because it's important. Because we matter.
Yeah.
And because we do bomb work.
Right. Absolutely.
Bomb AF, right? So it's been my pleasure to bring her on board. It's been my pleasure because she is just she's a fierce artist. Mm-hmm. She's a fierce colorist.
Yes.
Fierce. And knowledge is like a sponge to water. Mm-hmm. Yes. She couldn't wait. After a class, she couldn't wait to do the work.
Right.
Going forward. She's that person. Couldn't wait. She was like, oh my God, Auntie Ramona, thank you. Brandon is amazing. And it's about also picking the right, educator that's going to gel with your people. Because like she said earlier, there's a lot of white stylists or educators who just don't want to mess with our people.
No.
Right.
So I have to make sure that I fight for a bomb, right? Bombshell, House of Bomb. I had to fight for them. I say, no, I don't want that person. I want this person. Because I know this person can not only connect, but I know that person also does our hair.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
So, because at the end of the day, it's just it's a formula.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a formula. You look so pretty.
Thank you. So do you.
You're welcome, baby. No, I don't. I look like a mess.
Well, Ramona, talk to us about from the manufacturer standpoint. You've already shared that some educators, not only aren't well versed with our textured hair, but may not be interested as well. But tell us, like, from a manufacturer point of view, like, how do we connect with the right people. Like, you know, there's people in your area, I'm hoping, that are on this call or viewing this, who can connect with you. But it's like, if people are in other areas, what are some things they can look for in terms of creating these professional partnerships?
You know, Black stylists do not trust a lot of people. But when someone shows up into their salon, they're very quick to go into partnership with them. And then they find out later that they're not around. They give them the one class, and then they say, and then they make us, right? They make us buy into a line. We invest anywhere between $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 just for color.
Wow.
She's not
we
lying.
do it. And retail. They say, oh, well, we're going to give you a discount, but it's not really a discount. And we're going to give you retail. But the reality is, they're making revenue hand over fist. I, in particular, go into these salons and I say, listen, and I tell my boss, I raise my hand, I'm not looking to further anyone else's narrative other than Black salons. Because we've been underrepresented.
Absolutely.
Black people do my hair. You can't get this hair just from just anybody. My hair is healthy, it's shiny, it's strong. Why aren't we using this brand? Because no one's going into those salons. So when I went to Jess, I was like, listen, no, you didn't, no, we're going to convert you. Whatever you got here, we're going to take it out. I'm going to throw some extra on there because we love you. We want you to be right.
Take all of this down. Take all of it.
Take it all. I was like, take it all down. We don't need it.
We were looking at each other at the salon like, this isn't normal. Something's up. This got to be a catch.
It's the truth.
There's no catch. It's no catch.
It's the truth. And you know what's scary, Jess? I'm going to tell you something. It literally is the standard in the industry.
When you
but
told
they take
me
advantage
that,
of us.
It blew my mind.
They take advantage of us. They take advantage of us. Because we don't know. And we think a company like Wella doesn't belong with us. We belong everywhere. We belong everywhere. Exactly. That color line is great for any texture.
It is.
Any texture. I got fine hair. I got curly hair. I'm gray. I can tone it, keep my curl, whatever it takes. But I'm like, why are we using more of this in the Black salon? So it was my mission, and it still is, because 2021 starts tomorrow, my new fiscal year. It's my mission to sign up 30 Black salons.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they all got to be like you. You know, you're the standard for me. You're the standard bearer for me. And I mean it. Because, you know, Miss Wright and I were talking yesterday, and we were talking about, and I was telling her how we are so distrusting as a people. You know, and that comes from years of trauma.
Years.
Yes.
Years of trauma. And we're not even conscious of it. But because I'm aware of it, and I'm doing work in that area to be better for me and for my customers, and for Black owners, I make it my business to break down those walls.
We appreciate
But I also
you.
choose people. Oh, please, I appreciate y'all. But I also look for people who are serious about the craft. There are so many people who run up to me and they go, oh, I want to be a well educator. Okay. Okay. I hear it all the time. You know, but not everybody's ready to be a well educator.
Yes.
Right.
There's a science to what we do.
Yes.
It's a science, right? It's the wheel, it's tone, it's levels to this ish, right?
Yes.
Right? We just did a song. We just did a rap song. There's tones and levels to this, right? But seriously.
So Ramona, we spoke yesterday and you were sharing some numbers as far as like what Black women spend on hair care and what they spend on professional color. Can you share some of that with us? Because we already know that we're big consumers. Are we losing you?
She's breaking up.
Breaking up. Here you are. Okay. Uh-oh. We're not hearing you.
That's right. But we need to
we didn't hear you. Uh-oh, we're losing her. So
I'm back.
Pause,
Stupid phone.
pause you for just a second because I want to go to Jessica. You said, she came in and said, get rid of all this other stuff and we're going to get you set up. What transpired for you in your salon in that, year to 2 years that it's been since you made that switch after you, stopped looking at your coworkers?
we were all looking at each other like just in amazement. We could not believe it was just so much product. It was just so much color, and we were like, "How are we going to be able to afford this? Like, we can't. How are we going?" And then she's like, "No, this is like your opener. We're converting you over to the color line. You don't have to pay for anything, and we're going to give you free education." And I think that was what really took us to the next level, the education, because not only did we have the color, we're artists, we know how to color, but now we had the knowledge behind it. So that helped with our confidence. So now we could do this color job, we can do it effectively, we can smash it, and we can charge our worth for it and not feel bad about it. Right. So I think that what has really changed since she came into our lives at House of Bombshell, giving us the knowledge behind what we were doing, and that gave us the confidence to charge what we should be charging for color. So it increased our bottom line and gave us all a raise.
Well, you are an amazing colorist.
Yeah.
You are an amazing colorist. Right? Right, Miki? Like, she's an amazing colorist, and we need to stop undercharging ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we do that a lot. We do that a lot.
We don't feel worthy.
It's a whole other class. But
oh my God, it is another class.
Ramona,
yes, love.
Share with us just really quickly, like what we're spending, as a whole community.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. So on 2021, pre-COVID, Black stylists, consumers were scheduled to spend $17 trillion.
17 trillion with a TR?
Trillion with a T.
Okay.
500 plus of that billion is in professional beauty and retail.
500
plus billion.
Okay.
The number's like 538, 540.
Okay.
But that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Absolutely. So when you see the little black squares, these beauty companies don't want us to stop spending. We are one of the few groups of people that spend money often.
Exactly.
On everything.
Yes.
We only keep money in our hands 2 hours.
Wow. That's bad.
That's crazy though.
That's another class too.
That's a horrible thing though. You gotta think about that. That's horrible.
Yeah.
So if you're an owner and you're spending money everywhere, you're not really getting anything from a manufacturer. Yeah. If you go into the store, you don't have anybody supporting you.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what, like, Jess has a global lead account with us. My goal is to make sure that her global lead, if she wants to go to the studio when it's open after COVID-19 is done and over with, she can buy her ticket now and start her master color expert classes.
Okay.
Because she should be doing that. That then too raises her net worth.
Yeah.
She can say, you know what? No, this is a color correction. This is 4 hours. This is $800.
Right.
Because it is.
Right.
Because it is.
Right.
So
how do we get more responsiveness in terms of representation from a visual standpoint? When you look at PR and marketing, when we look at, diversity in terms of decision makers for some of the companies, what can we do to attach ourselves to what we're spending in terms of it being reflected in terms of some of these other areas of business? Because I think that's one of the things I think the hair color companies aren't either noticing, respecting, or I don't know if it's not that they're not interested, because I know that we are spending. My estimate was millions, if not billions, and you clarified that that we are in fact spending, but we don't have a Black-owned hair color manufacturer. So all of the colors that you're seeing on the Black Colorist Matters page has been provided by some company that needs to provide some accountability back to our community.
So, you know, I think I told Jess when I first met her that every time I go to see my CEO, I bring Black people into my conversations. And I think that's where it starts. You know, I can't make a company accountable to a community. But what we can do is hold Black people accountable when they're in those organizations to be accountable for the community. Because I believe that every time I speak to my CEO or my boss or my boss's boss or my boss's boss's boss or even the global VP for the globe, I bring Black people into those conversations. What do we need as a community?
Right.
Why is it okay for me to go into white salons and Black salons, but white account managers or regional managers don't feel the need to go into Black salons? It's okay. You know, we're doing a whole, I mean, listen, this whole thing is really bubbled up into all corporations, and, you know, hopefully I'll be sitting on a diversity team where I can really affect some more change, because I bring Black people. It's not about me. It's about my community, a community of stylists. And when we sit in a stylist chair in a Black salon, not only do we get beautiful, we get counseling, we get love, we get food, we get wine, we get treated like you're home. I could cry because it's true. We go home. And because the world is big and it's bad to us.
Yes.
And it's nasty to Black women.
Yes.
But if I sit in bombshell's chair, I am home.
Yeah.
I'm myself. I'm appreciated for who I am. I don't have to be any other way. Right? My wisdom is taken seriously. That is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in our story. So I bring those stories into the office.
Right.
And then I bring those stories so that when I get my budget, which starts 7/1 tomorrow, 2020, then I'm able to plan out my year. Where do I want to put my money? You know, I'm going to invest it in Bombshell. I'm going to invest it in Ashley. I'm going to invest it in this one. I'm going to invest it in salons that need me.
Yes.
And it's not a big investment. Trust me. You know, food, liquor, whatever. What does it take? An educator? I can do all of that. Right? I can be the hype man, whatever it takes. But the reality is, I want the business to bloom.
Yeah.
And more now than ever, these Black stylists need to get up off their chairs and look for people like me.
Yeah.
Because they're out there.
Facts.
And you got to hold them accountable. If you buying from companies that aren't invested in you, why are you there? Why are you buying from them?
Right.
Absolutely.
We need to be more accountable with our dollars and change the thinking that we have that we can't afford to have, you know, a color bar and that we can't afford buy more than a couple tubes of color at one time, because we're like, oh, well, I'll just go to the beauty supply and pick this up. And it's like, wasting time, wasting money, and not getting services, and maybe not having any accountability from the company for those dollars that we're spending.
There is no accountability because you've got no one to hold accountable. They came in, they made you buy in, they made you get their retail, they sent you someone to educate, they didn't even care that they understood our hair or not, and they left.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, when we gonna get tired of that?
Yeah, it's like we're right on an hour or so, and it's like I have that as the time frame. It's like I have a buffer in case we go over, because I think there's so much to explore, and definitely I think Ramona and I were saying yesterday, it's like the three of us had 3 days to talk. It's like we still have more to talk about.
Yes.
I like to be respectful to time, but it's like I do want to try to take some questions. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat box, and I'll do my best to kind of go through and shoot them out to Jessica, shoot them out to Ramona. If you have anything for me, that's fine as well. But from the business standpoint and growing your brand and your platform, what are you seeing, I guess, as the future of where you'd like to take it with Black Colorist Matter?
I'm sorry.
I'm wondering where you want to take your brand and your platform.
I just want to continue growing the platform by continue posting and curating the page so artists can get exposure. I'm praying that it can grow into something major so we can have our own trade show, our own colorist trade show. I'm praying that it can maybe become a subscription type of thing where, because brands are in our DM, so they're asking how can they help. So I'm like, now is the time. So maybe it can be, subscription boxes where brands can sponsor Black Colors Matter and send, maybe like tint brushes, tint bowls, and sample coloring products and shampoos, color shampoos and things like that. And artists can sign up to be a part of that subscription. But as far as, being reposted, maybe like 20 people DM the page and say, how do I be reposted? I said, keep doing the work. We see you, keep tagging us, because I never want it to be, some brands you have to pay to be featured on their pages. And I don't want, I don't want to have to do that. Like, I just want to celebrate your artistry. I'm just here to help you and to help you grow and to help you gain more exposure. So that's just my plans for Black Colorist Matter, and just to be a safe place for Black colorists, so people can know that, their work is respected and it's valued.
Mm-hmm. So I love your vision. I absolutely love your vision. So I definitely
me too. Yeah.
But I want to ask you, Jessica. Ramona mentioned it. Uh-oh. Go ahead and mute Ramona again. Yeah, you're breaking up again. Thank you. So Jessica, Ramona mentioned when she was speaking that a lot of people are great colorists, but they're not necessarily on social media. And social media can take up time, and it's a new skill set for some of us. Are there any tips that you would give to someone who's, a little less hesitant or not posting as regularly, as far as what they can do to get more exposure, not only to Black Colorist Matter, but just in general to boost their business?
I would say find that teenage kid in your life and let them manage your social media. Kick them out a couple dollars here and there and say, hey, I'm going to send all my pictures to you. Can you just post it to this page? Can you create a Instagram page for me? That's the cheap way to do it. You can always start a page and put all of your pictures in sites like Hootsuite and Planoly, and it's all, day by day, it's already planned out and it posts to your page for you. That's another option. If you're really rolling in the dough, you can always hire a social media manager where they can manage your page for you and you don't have to do anything with it. Or if social media is just not your thing, you just have to go old school. And my personal business cards, my work is on those, and it's like 5 different covers, and my work is on there. I have like 2 showcasing my color work, one showcasing like my editorial things, one with, you know, my headshot on there. So you just gotta take it old school, so that way when you're out and about and you're seeing people, you can give them your card, and that's also a conversation starter. Oh, did you do this color? It looks amazing. Yes, I'm a colorist. Blah 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 blah. We forget about the free things that we used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And that still works. That still works. So yeah, all of those things will definitely help if you don't like to do social media yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's such a powerful medium, and it can be time consuming. So I love
Yes.
the prepared, you know, like get a team and so
Yes.
you got, you know, some of the tools as far as Hootsuite and Planoly and being able to schedule everything in advance. I actually do a class to help you set up what you want to talk about each day, where you can do the whole month in about an hour. And pass that off to your team and to your social media person, and be able to help them have some structure, because they don't sometimes know exactly what to
Right.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And time wise, like how do you manage the time? Because it's like I said, I love the way that you have the thing, and you know, as I read through more of your bio and everything, like you're a salon owner, colorist, and you're this, I'm like, okay, she didn't start this because she was bored and didn't have anything to do. So tell us, how do you balance?
And you can even see, like, I took a little hiatus from Black Colorist Matter for a few months, and then when the pandemic started, that's when I had more time, so I was posting more, and then, you know, I really started posting more over the last few weeks, but it is very time consuming. Even my fiance, when I told him that I started a new Instagram page, he was like, great, something else to keep your nose in the Instagram. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, it's going to work out, blah, blah. But anyway, it is a lot. But of course, you know, I have all the pages on one account, and I haven't did Planoly yet at the moment, but I just try to make an effort to post to House of Bombshell, my page, my personal page, and Black Colorist Matter at least 3 times a day, at least, and maybe like 2 or 3 pictures at that one time. So you'll see like pictures back to back to back on Black Colorist page, the Black Colorist Matter page, and then a few hours later, then here I am again. It's definitely time consuming, but it's also fun. I'm having a lot of fun on the Black Colorist Matter page. Like, people are really genuinely excited about the platform. So it's definitely time consuming. I already suck at time management, but I'm really trying to I'm really trying to work it out, because it's definitely like a labor of love, you know. It's like my baby right now. So I'm excited about it, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make sure that I stay up to date and relevant. So
Awesome.
yeah.
You know your passion on the page, and so
Oh, great.
I mean, it does show, and it's why it's growing and getting the momentum and everything. So it's like, I want to, you know, just congratulate you again. I'm gonna take a quick peek on the chat and see if there's anything that we need to address now. Ramona, if you wanted to share just a little something before we close out, and I'll come back to Jessica if we don't have questions.
Yeah, all I want to say is that Black Colorist Matter is an amazing page. I've been following it for a little while now, and I've been back on it recently, and I've seen some amazing work, and I'm looking forward to hopefully connecting with those people, because they need people that support them.
Yes, thank you. And you definitely offer support. Like, it has been a pleasure, and I can't thank you enough for what you have done for House of Bombshell. And you really have helped, like I said, increase our bottom line and also our confidence. So thank you. Can't thank you enough.
You didn't need a whole lot of help. Like, you just did it. Yeah, I just wanted to give you the support of a good color line.
Yes.
And a person that's going to be there. That's it.
Yeah. You are a woman of
Consistency.
your word.
Yes, I am. And you gave me the title of Auntie Mo. I wear the
Yeah.
crown, girl.
Yeah.
I wear the crown. Auntie Mo. I ain't playing with that. No, seriously, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Really
Yeah,
proud of you.
I am just reading through a little bit of this. There's a shout out from Reginald Roberts to you guys, to both Wella and Ramona. Thank you for providing the education and products for you guys at House of Bombshell. So, and there was a statement that I think, if we can kind of wrap up and close everything out. We're getting a lot of feedback. Are you muted, Ramona?
I'm not. I'll mute myself.
Oh, okay. So it was just kind of a little bit of feedback, and just one of the things that was shared by Marquita, it definitely makes us feel not valuable or not good enough. And then for our clients, they don't see many of them represented when they look for color, so then they think they can't get color at all, or they're coming in with pictures of white ladies. And I think that that's one of the reasons that we really need to, encourage your platform, but also encourage the diversity that we need to see from our manufacturers, so that people of color will know that they too can wear hair color. And yeah, and like I said, the fashion industry just seemed to have been so much further ahead in terms of defining, because I think that's what happens is that, when we see things, it becomes a definition of this is what beauty looks like. And when we don't see ourselves, it's like we don't always feel like, oh wow, it's like, I'm beautiful, and stand in that confidence or what have you. So I definitely salute what you're doing, and I definitely hope that it can spread further. People have been saying this isn't a moment, this is a movement. I pray that it's really a movement, and that we keep pushing the ball a little bit forward. So yeah, I think that's what we have here. It's like we're gonna I want to hear a little bit more from Jessica, just anything that she might want to share with us as we close out. We'll close out here, and we'll pop into the Beauty Superstars, the Facebook page, and have a little talk after the talk. And it'll be quick, it'll be short, but I appreciate you both taking time out of your evening to be here to join us. And definitely, I think we've covered that Black colorists do matter.
Mhm.
And that exposure is really key. And as I said, this is the start of what I've determined is Hair Colorist Month. And so I want to share with you guys that next week I'm going to meet with Jamez out of Philadelphia, and he's going to share the art of hair color, because I think a lot of the stuff
Awesome.
is artistic and combinations of colors and all that kind of good stuff. And, of course, share his experience in the industry and with becoming an board certified colorist and all of that. So I appreciate you, Jessica, because I think there are, like, you're noticing people that you never saw before, as far as their hair work and how fabulous it is, that others are able to enjoy that as well, and especially for myself as well, just seeing how far color has come. It's like I've been in the business over 30 years. And so when I started, it's like I started, doing color, but there weren't a lot of Black clients who wanted color, and there weren't a lot of Black stylists who were trained and comfortable and proficient with doing color. And I know what it takes to do really good color, and I'm so excited that there's such a thirst for it from our clients to our stylists learning what they need to know to be really good color. And that's not a term that I even take lightly. That it's, you have to have some studying. I think it was my friend Chuck Capel who said, you can't do hair color and not be smart. Like you're saying, you got math to do, you got levels, you got tones, you got to analyze what's before you, got to be able to jump when you run into, like, oh, there is that hair color under there that I thought was under there that you said, no, not any hair color. So
Yeah.
very, 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 a great level of professionalism that comes beyond the professionalism of being a hair designer. So I salute you, Ramona,
Thank you.
for support, because we can't do it without products. So,
Hello.
so particular about where you're spending those dollars and the products that you're using to get the results that you're looking for. So,
Well, I salute you. Thank you for inviting me. I just want to quickly put on Jess a quick blessing. God bless her and all that she does, and whatever she touches, let it go far.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let it go far.
Yeah.
And may she always see you in the vision.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Now
Thank
we'll
you.
get that tonight, but yes.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
I love her.
I love you too.
We
Thank
can
you.
tell.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Miss Miki Wright. Thank you for the opportunity. I feel so honored to be able to do this webinar. When I started Black Colorists Matter, I kind of wanted to be like a ghost. I'm like, I don't want anyone to know it's me behind it. I'm going to be faceless, blah, blah, blah. But that is also it's also, you know, insecurity, you know, public speaking and having to talk, and you know, so this has made me come out of my comfort zone even more. So thank you for doing that, and thank you, because I think people needed to see the face behind it, because yes, it says Black Colorists Matter, but is it a black face behind it, you know? So thank you for that, and I've gotten even more DMs since, you know, we started posting my face.
Yeah, I want to say that you succeeded, because I did hear from a couple people. It's like, I've been trying to figure out who is doing this platform, and they did not know until we started posting for it. So, so people are happy to see you and see that it is a black person, a black face,
Yeah.
and a black colorist at that.
Yeah.
You know? They're like,
Yeah.
is it a company? Is it, you know, what is it that has this platform? But
Yeah.
yeah. So you did
So
succeed
thank you.
till now with staying. But you're out now, and you know, like Ramona's, like, I definitely, you know, whatever I can do to help support and move forward your platform, it's like I'm here. So I want to thank you
Awesome.
for all that you're doing, and for taking the time to come out and join me tonight. And Ramona, thank you
Absolutely.
so much. This, I think, is a conversation that we needed to have, and
Mm-hmm.
it will be a blessing to many as we go forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can go a whole nother hour. And
I know.
mean, so much
Right.
to unpack. It is. It's so much to unpack.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be texting you, Jess, because I did not know you were behind Black Colorists Matter until recently. Like, what? I didn't know.
That's kept secret.
She's so cute. I love her so much. Miki Wright, Miss Wright, I want to thank you. I want to join you on Facebook Live. I'll jump into your chat. I love you very much for doing this. This has been amazing, and I look forward to doing more with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Jess, I'll see you on the other side.
To the Beauty
Yes.
Stars page. It's a private Facebook group, so if you haven't joined already, just ask to join, and I'll bring you in as we close this out.
I will do that.
Thank
I
you,
will.
everybody who joined us tonight. Thank you, everybody who may be watching on.
Thank you, everyone.
Pray that it will be a blessing to you, and if you haven't already, follow Jessica on Black Colorists Matter on Instagram, and I'm at Miki Wright on Instagram, and I'm a salon business coach. And check out beautysuperstars.com. There's actually a free gift there for you for surviving your finances, your financial survival of
Awesome.
COVID time, because it's like,
That's really nice.
a little rugged. So check it out. I will be back, I guess, next week. So
Yay.
Yay.
and I will see you soon. See
Love you guys. Love you, Jess.
Bye. See you on Facebook.
Yes.